Hi folks, John Mark here with Catalyst Connect. This video is going to give you a quick tour of the admin panel for Zoho CRM and where you can access the settings to configure your modules, your fields, your layout rules, the automation within the CRM, user permissions, etc. So here I am logged in as the super admin. We're going to go ahead and click on the wrench icon in the top right. And this screen gives you access to all of the different user features. So let's just quickly run through these different sections. The general area, this is where the users can set up their signatures. You can define your contact details, company details. You can define your hours of operation. Game scope allows you to gamify some of the actions within the CRM, and then the Zia settings for the artificial intelligence that's built into the CRM. Under users and control, this is where you can provision new users, change what roles and profiles the user belongs to. Under security control is where you will access your roles themselves as well as the profiles, which govern what features and functionality users have the ability to operate under in their user profile. We have compliance settings. This goes hand in hand with the security control. We have territory management, which works with the roles that govern data sharing permissions. Under channels, we have email. This is where you will connect your email account to Zoho so that your email addresses will pull in email for leads and contacts into the CRM. You can connect applications like your G Suite, Outlook, or third-party email provider through IMAP to the CRM. Telephony, if you would like to connect your phone system to the CRM so that your calls get auto-logged. Social, to connect your company's social profiles. Chat settings that show up in the bottom left. Sales signals to help out with your pipeline. And then deploying a customer portal for the CRM as well. Under customization, modules and fields, this is what you'll probably access fairly often to make changes to adding new modules, new fields, adjusting how you want those fields to be displayed on the front end. We can also use layout rules to govern which fields are available and when. This is going to work quite closely with Blueprint, which is going to allow us to define a specific path through the process, whether it be the lead qualification process, a sales process, or operations handoff, which we'll touch on in a sec. Templates is where you will find your email templates and mail merge templates if you wanted to merge CRM data into a document. Copy customization is for cloning a CRM instance. This is good if you're a franchise and want to have a separate instance of your CRM for each location. This allows you to customize the home page, those widgets that you probably saw when we started this video, and then translations into other languages. Under automation, we have our workflow rules. The workflow rules are the if this then that type actions that the system can take. These are the triggers that will then do things like send emails, activate a custom function or webhook, do a field update, which we'll dive into in a separate video. Schedules work in a similar way in that they are recurring intervals of scheduled actions. So you can create a schedule that will update a field once a day or trigger a custom function once a day, for example. Actions are our custom functions and webhooks. We have assignment rules to govern lead or contact or account assignment based on CRM criteria. If you end up using the case module within the CRM instead of desk, we can use the case escalation rules. And then we can govern scoring rules if you'd like to score your leads, for example. Under the process management, we have blueprints, which, as previously mentioned, allow us to define a process. So instead of a user being able to select any status, for example, we can define that they have to progress from one status to another and complete certain actions before they can move to the next step. Approval processes, this allows you to prevent a lead, for instance, being created until it gets approved, or if there's a specific step in your process that requires a manager approval before the rest of the team can proceed. This is where that's governed. Under data administration, we have the import tool, which allows us to import data from existing systems, Excel, CSV sheets. You can use the import tool to do an initial data migration, as well as update or append data to existing records within the system. The other side of that is exporting data from the system. We can do a full data dump, which works hand in hand with the data backup feature. So it allows us to do 2 backups per month for free. That does a full data dump of the entire system and the attachments that you can then save in an off-site solution. This allows you to govern the storage within the CRM. Your CRM comes with a data limit based on your user count, and you can buy more storage through here. If a record is deleted, it will show up in the recycling bin, and you can choose to restore it. Under the audit log, you can take a look at every single user action and see who performed what action or what record got modified or deleted by a specific user. And then if you are going to be rolling out additional features, you'll likely use the sandbox feature, which allows you to create new workflows, custom functions, webhooks, test them in a sandbox environment so that they don't break your production workflows before they fully tested, and then you can push them to the live environment. Under the marketplace, this is where you can extend Zoho's functionality. So you can take a look at what other Zoho apps are integrated with the CRM, your G Suite apps, Microsoft, and then under the all is usually all other third-party providers that have built connectors to the CRM. Under developer space, you have your Zia Voice configurations, APIs where you can access the API names for specific fields, take a look at your API usage, connections to other features and functionality in the Zoho system, your functions, custom functions to create automated actions within the system, widgets. These 3 are really going to work hand in hand when you get into more advanced configuration of the CRM system. You can start to embed web applications and more complex functionality within the Zoho space itself. Usually these functions call on CRM variables in their code, and this is where you can define them. You can deploy web forms, and then if you get into web application development or mobile application development, you'll be using the SDKs and tie-ins to the CRM. So that's a quick overview of the different admin features. We'll do subsequent videos to dive into the details on some of these other features. So we'll see you on those next videos. Thanks a lot. Cheers.